Hello, everyone, and welcome to the what is this? Predators? Yeah, Predators. I'm so sorry. We've gotten to a point. This is the late 2000s. Actually, this is 2010 to be exact. And numbering movies is no longer cool. With me today, I have the Geeks Attic
Welcome.
and Bryant's Nerd Pub.
What's up?
And I had acid reflux immediately as soon as I started talking because I'm drinking a soda and I don't normally do that.
Reflux.
We are joined by someone. Who are we joined by? Speak, show your face. But anyway, we're watching the Robert Rodriguez produced Predators. And there is something I want to. Well, or do we want to just sync up and do this now?
It's whatever. I've never seen the movie. I'm excited to see what this is all about.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, there we go. 20th Century Fox is playing for me.
You have to understand. Y'all have to understand, we had just suffered from 2 Alien versus Predator movies that no one liked. So, yeah. Hello, Small Time. Well, thanks for joining us. Small Time is our Predator movie fan. He has suffered with me through the awkwardness of my streams watching this, and I appreciate them.
That's awesome. Welcome, Small Time.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. 20th Century Fox.
Mm-hmm. But this is a low budget film, and you all need to know that ahead of time because certain things look bad, but certain things also look good.
Right.
I was gonna say I don't like
that.
Yeah,
too good.
the falling, like I feel like falling at that speed, like the wind would be like, throwing him all over the place. But he seems like to be laying on a cloud like this.
He can't get his parachute to go off. See, this is why they have. Well, I guess he probably has one of those pressure sensor parachutes that just doesn't work.
We're going to find out.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that did not age well in 4K.
Oh,
well, that would have killed him.
Yeah.
Really quick cut right there on the.
If anything, it would have crippled him too.
We're introduced to Adrian Brody doing his best Steven Seagal and Marlon Brando crossover talk impersonation.
I was gonna say I couldn't tell it was Adrian Brody from how big his nose is.
He bulked up for this movie. I will say he does not look malnourished right now.
Yeah, because when he was in that movie, The Pianist, he was just like, ugh. Like
that's just him. That's just him normally.
But he was also in the M. Night Shyamalan movie, right?
Which one?
The one where it's about the woods.
The Village.
The Village, yes.
I don't remember because The Village is really bad.
He was like a special needs guy.
He was in King Kong too, Peter Jackson.
That's right.
Yeah. Peter Jackson's. Another movie that didn't age well, effect-wise.
I actually bought the extended edition to that. I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah. And Danny Trejo.
This guy. Isn't this like he's like a big B film actor now, isn't he?
Well, he's one of Robert Rodriguez's regulars, even though Robert Rodriguez is just producing. And then that guy died via terrible edit.
I think Danny Trejo needs to start every film with Machete, don't text.
This was right before Machete came out. This is a year before.
Is it digital effects on the legs there?
Yes.
I once saw an article where this guy was complaining about actors like Danny Trejo, or just actors that have felony convictions in real life. holding guns in movies, and I'm like, those aren't real guns, right?
No, they're real. They're just firing blanks.
Hey,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mad Mashad made it to the comment section there.
Hello.
Oh, hey. I thought they were fake guns, but anyway.
Hey, okay, the first glance at that guy, for some reason, I thought that was Matt Damon. Then we get the close up, and it's definitely not Matt Damon.
That was a very polite way to say, please stop doing that. It's very rude to load your weapon.
The Russian guy, he is a boxer, I think, or a kickboxer in Russia, and he fought Dolph Lundgren. I watched it.
Wow, like a real fight?
Yeah, like a competitive fight in Russia. Or he might be an MMA guy. I can't remember.
Small Time says, funny story. In a class in college, he was asked what's a good WW2 related movie, and he said The Pianist, and everyone in the class thought that everyone in the class thought I said a slightly different word. Uh-oh. I don't know if you saw that Halloween remake with Danny Trejo in it, but his death broke my heart in that movie.
Oh, yeah, he's the only likable character in the whole movie.
He's the only guy that was ever nice to Michael Myers. And
so supposedly in interviews with Rob Zombie, that character that Danny Trejo plays apparently molested Michael Myers, and they had to cut it from the movie.
Wow.
Oh.
But Rob Zombie's a fucking weirdo and a terrible filmmaker. So he just likes having assholes as his characters.
Mm. So I'm confused on who all of these different people are. You have a U.S. soldier, right? Or
well, if you're going to
mercenary?
explain it, you gotta.
Okay.
This is one of those ones where it's just like, what kind of. That is the worst line delivery.
So I can figure out who threw me out of an effing airplane.
Well, he's just like talking like Steven Seagal and Marlon Brando put together, and not the good parts.
I mean, he looks like he just came out of New Mexico. Like the little leather straps on his gun. Both of them. Should have kept a count on the F word usage here.
Oh, yeah. The first name of the director is Nimrod, so I don't expect anything less.
Okay.
For these streams, we should have like a swear jar just for fun.
Oh, yeah.
We should take bids on how many F bombs will be, and whoever wins gets a prize.
Oh, we got his nice dress shoes dirty.
Like, these shoes are Italian.
All right.
Now he's got his nice clean feet dirty.
That might be comfortable, walking through mud.
Barefoot? Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm. But now that's not comfortable, walking through vines barefoot.
I was going to say, out here in Oklahoma, like, you walked on gravel barefoot. Like, that was just playing outside.
I mean, we did that where I grew up, too.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly in the service. Okay.
Oh, geez.
There's just so much stuff going on already.
Uh-huh.
In the jungle at that.
So I have to say something here. This movie is rarely referenced in other Predator stuff. It's referenced in the Predator novelization, and it had a spin-off comic sequel.
Oh, really?
As far as I know, it's never touched upon again.
This guy was from a show that I used to watch called The Shield. It was a really good show.
He looks so familiar.
Hey, Star Wars line. I won't finish what you started. Okay.
So you're saying Force Awakens wasn't original?
Right.
And we have Eric Foreman / Venom. This is like the second time he was suspended in a movie. Just this time he won't turn into Venom.
Mad Mashad wants to know the timestamp. I have 9/17/18.
I have 9:21.
I cannot tell. I have not. It just says 9 minutes.
It just keeps progressing.
They're pointing. They're getting that other
Shooting a
guy out of the.
It fell in the pond. So 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Dude, you might want to get out of that water. It could have leeches.
Leeches.
Stuff that can climb up your urethra.
Ugh, yeah. On his way to work.
Yeah, I am kind of starting what you earlier. Jeremy said that Topher Grace is kind of like he can only play one role really well, and like or one type of role really well, and he was like, and that was in that '70s show. I mean, he nails that. I haven't seen him in very much, so I can't really. But from what I have seen him in, he does that sarcastic teen very well. Okay, this guy. Who's that guy? He looks so familiar.
Yeah, these are like a lot of character actors.
Yeah, I really don't like how there's just a bunch of random people that just meet up in this giant jungle.
Which actually, some of this jungle is actually shot in America on the East Coast. I think it's in Vermont or Connecticut.
I'm waiting for just like they're like, nah, that's just Connecticut, you know.
So, okay, I'm gonna try to figure this out. If I'm wrong, you can tell me or you could just let me be surprised at what happens. Did they get abducted? Well, I'm gonna say they got abducted and now they're on Predator's planet or something.
I will let you
just
find out.
Because like everybody's different, and it's like, oh, we're gonna pick these people and we're gonna drop them off in this zone so we can hunt them.
It's like, yeah, it's like a murder mystery where you know who the killer is.
Adam, have you seen this?
I have not. I haven't seen any of the Predator movies until a couple weeks ago.
That's right. That's correct.
And not only has he enjoyed the previous two, but he doesn't hate me either for introducing him via the Predator novelization.
It was probably good that I went into it kind of blind.
Yeah.
It's so bad already, in my opinion.
I'm watching this on mute with subtitles, and even I'm just like, you can definitely tell that this was like a movie that was just meant to be like in theaters, but like not enjoyed anywhere else.
I think it bombed.
I think it did too. I remember seeing the previews and being like hyped, like, oh, cool, another Predator movie.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get to see this because I was grounded. So I like hyped this thing up so much. And then I was like, oh, well, that was something.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Bart wants to go see the Itchy and Scratchy movie, but Homer bans him from it.
Then again, I also wanted to see the second AVP movie. And
wait, they made a
that
second
was
one?
Oh God, yeah. It's horrendous.
I didn't know they did a second one.
This is an apology for Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
How come I haven't heard of that?
It's a good thing. It's that bad. It's worse than the first one.
From the
The
quality.
only thing it does is there's a scene where you see the Predator homeworld. It's the only time in either franchise you get to see that, and it is only for like 2 minutes.
From the quality of the film so far, it's like a apology not accepted type film.
Yeah. But you have to understand what came right after this if you're into the whole AVP thing. Prometheus, which is far worse.
Man Shot said, "Avoid it, Matthew. Avoid it at all costs." Who carries a pocket knife like that?
That's a weird one.
It looked like a straight razor for a minute,
It's like a scalpel.
or like what you'd use to like clean out your toenails or something.
I used to have a knife like that.
I just kind of want someone to be like, "That's not a knife. That's a knife."
That's Connecticut. I think I've been there before.
That place?
Mm-hmm. As a little kid.
Wait, in Connecticut?
Yeah. I've been to the East Coast before. I saw the Atlantic Ocean before I saw the Pacific, and I live in California.
Wait, you said you haven't seen the Pacific before?
I have. I just saw the Atlantic first.
Oh, okay.
Look in the mirror.
Between,
Stupid.
you guys see Small Times comment? Between, how do you pronounce that? Mahershala Ali and Adrian Brody. There are 3 Oscars. Not for this, though.
That's true.
Well, between that and The Sun.
Whoa.
Here comes the sun.
They say it hasn't moved since we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that. That would suck. Like, if it was just like staying like sunny all day. Because I'm like, ugh. Especially in like a rainforest type place.
Especially at your job.
Yeah, at work.
Yeah, Adam, since you're the one outside the most.
Yeah. Working outside all day, it feels like the sun never goes anywhere, especially when it's like 100-degree weather. Well,
Chosen.
Chosen. There's that chosen one complex. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Or like, welcome to my bunghole. I fucking hate that song. I like that album, but I hate that song. Not as much as I hate Paradise City. Good.
Mamshad, that's Florida. The sun going nowhere. And all time said, sunny all day makes me think of Barrow, Alaska. I never want to go there.
Oh, yeah.
I have been to Florida before, and it's pretty humid out there.
Don't you have family out there?
I do. But they're close to the water, so it's not as bad.
So this is like a video game type thing where it's like, oh, here, we've dropped loot in this location. Go, arm yourselves.
This is like
Matthew, it's the origin of Loot Crate.
I was about to say, this is like what inspired the reboot of Jumanji.
Ugh, don't remind me that exists.
I've never seen it.
The coolest pistol I've ever seen.
I was about to say, like, this guy's clearly like part of the mafia or something.
Yeah.
Like the Yakuza.
Or the Foot Clan.
Or the Hand.
The Hand. Here we go. What's going to happen? It's going to be a bunch of weapons, armor.
You know, there's someone in there like, oh, don't do that. There's someone in there. Oh, no.
It's empty.
Except for that one cockroach that
The
crawled
giant CGI cockroach.
in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, hate cockroaches. I just look up and you're both just like,
So I'm really hungry. This.
no, you're good. Ew.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a terrible effect.
Still hungry?
Yeah.
That CGI was so bad. I don't know if it make you nauseous.
It's just, like I said, it's a low budget film. Sometimes it looks really terrible. A lot of the time it looks really terrible.
What were those cages? They didn't drop off xenomorphs, did they?
I wish. But there are no Xenos in this movie, probably because people wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Whoa. We should take bets on who dies first.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jeremy knows who does, but I'm
Right,
gonna
say. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You pick. This is your idea.
I was gonna say the guy in the inmate outfit,
I want to say it's the Russian.
the Russian. Loser buys lunch.
I will say all of these like traps and stuff, that's practical.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. It's a pretty good sequence. Although I don't like the shaky cam shit from this era. Reminds me of the later Harry Potter films where they look like absolute garbage. You don't even have to brush off he's shooting an AA-12, which is an automatic 12 gauge. You can shoot them underwater and you can shoot them covered in mud. He didn't have to clean the chamber.
Jeremy, I kind of want to buy that Blade Runner poster I saw at the store the other day and send it to you and put it on that wall behind you. I think that would look epic.
We'll see with my art I have now.
Oh wait. Oh wait. Ah.
Oh.
That guy's been there for a while.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it was the Russian guy with like terrible corpse effect or something.
Just replace the actor like they did in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Ugh.
That's pretty gross.
Yum.
I'm guessing we're supposed to... well, never mind. So that could make you think that there's the xenomorph. Like, oh, it's a chest burst. What do they call it? A chest burster or something?
Yeah, but that looks like when Jesse the Body Ventura took the laser bolt to the chest.
That's right. Okay.
It looks like that guy ate the special from Spaceballs.
Mm-hmm. Check, please.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. I like how nobody is fazed by this. Like, I know that Topher Grace's character, I feel like should be, because I think like everyone else is like Yakuza military inmates, and I'm just like, he's like the only one that's like, he's like, oh, dead body.
He seems like he's my little.
Oh.
That effect.
I forget how bad it is.
He's scared.
I was about to say that looks like one of the effects we can do on our cell phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Ooh, that is horrible.
They put an audiogram in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh. How did it look better in 1987?
That's a good question. Maybe just like people, they're lazy today, I think.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say maybe nostalgia, probably, or I don't know.
It probably cost like 5 times the amount of money than the original film too.
I don't know. This probably cost about the same, but it was low budget.
I'm gonna look up the cast because that.
Oh, that is ugly.
Whoa!
Is that Jupiter? Well, so far I've been was kind of right, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks for them.
Oh, the Mayor Shala Ali. He was actually in the Luke Cage Netflix show.
Yeah, he was the main villain for a while.
Yeah, then he was also in the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, he was awesome in Luke Cage.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I hated that show.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my least. Like I didn't like.
Jessica Jones is the worst.
Yes, followed by Luke Cage, in my opinion.
Iron Fist is also terrible.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Actually, they're all bad. It's just Daredevil is the most watchable.
I disagree. I love Daredevil.
Daredevil season 1's fine.
I like season 1 and 3 the best.
I didn't see season 3. I didn't even try. Iron Fist had some of the worst martial arts I've ever seen in American production. That's saying something.
That guy's brave.
you might be right, Adam.
Oh. He asked for the gun. There's his gun.
I get an internet cookie. Says Mad Mashad.
Wait, what?
I get an internet cookie for guessing that they were abducted and put on another plane.
Oh, I thought he was just like, wait, is he ahead of us? Does he know who dies first? Dang it.
He better hold on to his bullets. You know, to be smart, you'd like let everybody else shoot first.
Daredevil slander will not be tolerated, says Mavachot.
It's better than Punisher. Punisher was one of the most boring, worst ways you could portray the character ever. And that's saying something after the 3 films we've gotten with called Punisher.
Okay. Aren't those... Is that what's referenced in The Predator?
That's a different type of dog.
Okay.
These look cooler than the ones in The Predator.
See...
And that's saying something because these look stupid.
Those look like someone might die.
These look like Sci-Fi Channel effects.
I was going to say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Matthew.
I say that I agree with Jeremy there. It looks like sci-fi effects.
Honestly, it reminds me of Attack of the Clones, like in quality. But Attack of the Clones came out in 2002.
Yeah.
I was going to say those things look like some from Tremors.
Oh, the Screechers?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Those look better than this.
It's going to get its head blasted off.
Boom. Well, hey.
He doesn't even know what he's shooting at.
I was about to say, this guy's got it. Oh, hold on.
Just shaking.
Oh, man.
Okay, looking good there, boss.
Yeah.
I want to know how many. Go ahead.
I was like, oh, do I win? Do I win? Do I win?
All right.
Wait, what? Was that
These
just
guys-
a regular knife?
Yeah. Oh no, that was like a machete, wasn't it?
Oh,
Or did I already forget?
It was an overcompensation sword.
That was a knife, I guess we could say.
That's what we call a knife.
How many rounds do you think these? How many magazines do you think these people have with them? There's through these
A
rounds.
couple.
oh. I'm about to say we were both wrong.
Like, get back! They're gonna cheat.
God, their run cycle is wrong.
I mean, he's probably got like 4 magazines.
Probably. Who?
Have you guys seen Joker yet?
Yeah.
Well, there's that scene where he kills those 3 guys, and he has a .38 revolver, which can shoot, I think, like 5 to 6 rounds,
Mhm.
and he shot like 8 or 9.
Did he?
Yeah, like I counted like around 7 to 8. Like I was just like, he should have ran out. Like, but
Did he reload at all?
no,
No.
I mean this all happened within like 2 to 3 minutes.
Well, that's what you get when you have liberal Hollywood making movies with guns involved. They don't know what they're talking about.
It's also editing errors.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably different takes, and they just forgot.
I once saw a James Bond movie where he was shooting at someone, and he had a Walther PPK can probably shoot around 7 bullets at the least, and he shot
six or seven. Yeah, they're held in the magazine.
yeah, and he shot around 10. And I asked my brother about that. He was just like, "Oh," I asked him, like, because it's a movie, and he can shoot however many the script wants him to. I'm like, fair enough.
Now the AA-12 holds 50 in the drum.
I want one of those.
An AA-12 or
Yeah.
an AK-47?
12. I have an well. I will have one. AK-47.
I thought you were going to be like redacted. I don't want to talk about my gun ownership.
So I will have one eventually.
You're like, I'm gonna write my letter to Santa right now.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, never mind. Mad Mashad said they're using cheat codes for their guns. Unlimited ammo.
Or hacks. It's a trap. It's a trap.
I knew it was coming, but I didn't expect it at the same time.
Or hacked. I was gonna say, like, if I was gonna say the loser, the winner,
Is that a piece
whoever.
of poop? Is that a piece of shit he picked up? Looked like a piece of shit with the way it was shadowed.
I got a better idea. The winner of whoever dies first gets to pick Jeremy's next tattoo.
I'm not doing another tattoo for a very long time.
He tattoos one of our YouTube logos on him.
On my dick. I get the laugh there.
Yeah.
More after crying. Because I guarantee if I ever did that, I would cry so
Another
much.
quarter in the sweat jar.
A swear jar.
Wait, can't what? Leave who?
I
Danny
guess so.
Trejo.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
was he the first that died?
Did he die? I didn't know he died.
Must have missed
Or
it.
did he?
I don't think he did. We would have seen that. They wouldn't have held that back. Okay.
All right, we both lost, I guess.
Wait for it.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Oh!
They should have done an Akbar. It's a trap. It's like trying to recognize her voice. It's like, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Are you going to do that each time you see the Predator vision, Jeremy?
Yeah, it looks hideous. It upsets me every time. It looks worse in 4K. It looked bad on DVD, I can tell you that. It's too colory. It's too pastel-y.
Mm-hmm. Jeremy, you went to you're going to film school. When they do these like gloss overs on a lot of the some of these movies, is it just a tone that they're aiming for, or are they trying to disguise things?
What do you mean gloss over?
Like I don't know. Like,
Are you talking about the color temperature?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, it's some... So, I'll use Bloodlust as an example because that involved a lot of color correcting. The idea I was going for is I wanted a red movie because Italian giallo films are red. In many ways, that's one of the tropes of them. They're red. It's a stylistic choice. And sometimes when you have shots, they look like dog shit, like color-wise, but you can kind of save it in post. That's a basic way of doing it. That's what a lot of YouTubers do.
Yeah.
Also, when you're shooting on cameras like these, you have to color correct because the base file is gray. Shades of gray, and it looks bad. And so you put it in DaVinci Resolve, and you fix the color, and you put the color temperature the way you want it.
Ugh.
Yeah, it looks like my last bowel movement. I love the
Human skulls and everything.
Yeah.
Halloween Town set. Adam, you were complaining about the set at the end of Predator 2, the spaceship.
Yeah.
This looks worse.
Yeah. Just like, I take it all back.
At least it's practical. Oh, those blackberries.
Small Time said maybe the next one in the franchise could be Predator versus Mon Calamari.
Yeah.
Akbar, or Admiral Akbar.
So are we still sticking? Oh, look at that. Are we still sticking with our picks for second death?
Yeah, I can just say whoever's death, whoever's person that we predicted dies first wins the winner. Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless if they're the first death or not.
Hey, Jeremy, is there a novelization for this film?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, this was, you said, I think you mentioned that in the last stream, that this, during that time where they didn't really do that.
Yeah. Unless your name was Star Wars.
I was going to say...
Or Batman. Sorry.
Speaking of novelizations, and Daredevil, I found the novelization from the Affleck film. I was actually tempted to get it.
You own that, though.
I think I do. I can't find it. It was a long time ago when I had it.
What are they looking at?
Your mom.
Show. Oh, there we go. Rapid percussion rhythm playing. Why is he dead?
It's such a weird rendition of the Alvin Silverstein score. This is the first Predator movie he didn't score. And you can tell.
I can't. Hey, listen.
I think it'd be really fun to do that. That was like my original career path, was to be a film score composer.
Adam, here we go. Adam, here we go.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, poke it. That's a real good idea.
It's like, hey there. Oh, crap.
Or approach it and then turn around and look behind you.
That's kind of like that scene from Jurassic Park 3. Nobody move a muscle.
Yeah.
Who are they talking about?
Oh, wait. Oh!
Okay.
Ooh, that's okay. That's not great, but it's okay.
Who are they talking about? Who left them?
Adrian Brody snuck away.
Oh, the smart guy, the scientist-y type guy, the college student.
No, the one with the
wait.
AA-12, the automatic shotgun.
I've already forgotten the characters.
Uh-oh. You might be right.
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
This is from the trailer. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Because we gotta have the same thing that we had in the first movie, but with multiple people.
Rolling.
Isn't this going to be in the next one too? The Predator. And then the intro. Doesn't he roll down a hill?
I was like,
I don't remember. Oh yeah, when the spaceship tries to crash into him.
Yeah.
I say tries. It crashes. He just happens to be there.
Yeah.
This is now looking like Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, with rolling down the hills into the water.
Ugh, I like to not remember that film. That film was horrendous.
Yeah, not the greatest.
That might be in my top 20 worst sequels.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
That looks like what the new Batman logo looks like on Robert Pattinson's
Christian Bale?
No, on Robert Pattinson's Batsuit.
Oh, I forgot that's happening.
So blurry.
The gang's all here. Jeez Louise.
I don't like that one's helmet. Or that one. Why is it so... The head looks too big to me.
He looks like he has a shark jaw on his mouth.
Yeah.
It's explained. But it should be noted the guy who played the Predator in the first two films died a year after Predator 2 of AIDS. So all of these Predators do not move like him. He had a way he walked as the Predator that has never been replicated since.
I was actually talking about the Predator to my wife, and I was just like, he's like the most interesting like movie villain ever, because he only kills like for honor or the thrill of the hunt. He doesn't kill innocents or like pregnant women or children or anything. So I thought that was like, that's very unique.
You need to read Batman Predator.
Batman Predator?
Yeah, I think you'd like it a lot.
This could be my review to tie in the Paper Movies podcast.
Oh yeah, there's 3 Batman versus Predator comics.
Oh, okay.
They're good. Well, the first one's really good. The other 2 are okay. God, why are these Oscar winning actors so bland in this?
I can see in the interviews, like, yeah, we owed someone a favor.
Well, it's like the prequel syndrome where you have really good actors and they're doing very lackluster performances. Especially Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman is the worst actor in The Phantom Menace by far. Because Jake Lloyd was never good, but he tries more than Natalie Portman does.
Oh, so wait, so she knows the history about these things.
Well, she knows the first movie. They don't
Do what?
reference Predator 2.
Was she reading her lines?
I will say this, for this movie's credit, it doesn't contradict comics. The Predator, it's a bit debatable. But
Speaking of comics, I heard they made a comic novelization of Jaws 2, and I heard it's amazing.
I've heard that too in my
Wait.
research of the Jaws 2 novel. Well, actually, it started with Jaws the Revenge because there's a plot line in Jaws the Revenge that's not in the novel, that's not in the movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna look that up. Well,
Does Jaws 3 have a novel?
no, I don't think so.
Well, that explains a lot about how bad that film is.
Even Dennis Quaid was questioning it. Like, I heard in an interview, they asked him, so explain being in Jaws 3. He was like, I was in Jaws 3.
I forget that it's Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, me too.
Who's supposed to be a lot younger than he is in that movie.
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis going up against sharks.
Mad Mashad, that's because you're waiting for us to stream it next week. He said he hadn't seen The Predator yet. And I'm like, it's because you're waiting.
Yeah.
Here's the Jaws 2 comic.
I love the cover. I love it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's pretty cool.
I like it more than the Jaws 2 poster.
Look at this guy, this criminal.
Oh,
I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna. What are you gonna rape?
Oh my!
He said he's gonna do some cocaine.
and rape a bunch of fine bitches.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Great dialogue.
Yeah.
And then Eric Foreman does an Eric Foreman. And says
Oh
bitch
yeah,
rape.
yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, I'm gonna go over here now.
Is that Makarov? I think it is.
You're like, I'm glad no one gave you a gun earlier, like Eric Foreman, like telling that guy, like, I'm glad that
Oh
guy.
yeah, I know.
Oh, swear jar.
And then we have a knife to a scorpion. This film's so lazy with its script. It's just redoing the first one.
My
But
favorite.
with people you don't care about.
Right. My favorite scorpion scene is from Join the Army. What is it? In the Army Now?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Is it In the Army Now?
I know there's a Sabaton song called You're in the Army Now, which is about being drafted into Vietnam.
I heard about In the Army Now. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen like the last half of it.
Yeah, it's a Pauly Shore. Yeah, it's got a funny scorpion scene in it.
It's probably better than the one from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Just like Indiana Jones is like, the thing with scorpions, the bigger they are, you'll be fine. The smaller they are, don't keep it to yourself.
Oh, this is a neat nod here. I will say this.
Oh, wait.
When it happens.
Hold on. I might.
Build the tension. Oh,
You know what that is? It's the original Predator costume.
Oh, nice.
I think I mentioned this on the live stream for the first movie that you two ghosted me on.
Mad says, I haven't seen this movie in ages, and geez, I don't remember it being so meh.
It is, but the thing is, if you marathon all the Alien and Predator movies together, this is the last highlight. Because it's better than Requiem, and then you sunk even lower with Prometheus.
Did he just randomly run off?
No, he's bait.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, that looks so bad.
Mad Michelle says the dialogue is just awful. Probably thought it was good at the time because the last time we watched it, he was 13.
Yeah, this came out when I was in high school, when I was a freshman.
It came out in 2010?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the end of my freshman year.
I graduated college in 2010.
I was a sophomore in college in 2010.
Yeah, see, it's this was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme in the original Predator movie. And they had him on stilts, and he didn't feel comfortable doing it.
I never seen a scope like that you actually put your eye on.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
He's pointing it right. He's pointing it right at the Russian's head.
I guess she's like, I missed, and he's like the only one that's pulling his weapon up. Okay.
We're about to get the highlight of the movie.
Really? Is this the climax?
Oh,
Garbage. No. Garbage day.
Garbage day.
Garbage day.
I love it. I've quoted that line every day since we've watched that movie.
Uh-oh. Not Adrian Brody. He just...
Is it Arnold? I'm here to save the day.
Wait, what?
Lawrence Fishburne.
What are you alive? Get it.
It's like Lawrence Fishburne. You were the Predator the whole time?
I smelled you since you got here.
They're all looking at him like, don't you have to be in a Superman movie right now?
Oh yeah, he's in that.
He's Perry White.
He was in... okay, so we have two Death Wish actors. Danny Trejo was in Death Wish 4, and Lawrence Fishburne was in Death Wish 2. Oh, that's great.
Mad, that's hilarious.
What?
Whatever, he's like, what are you? Or who are you? Whatever. And he's like, I'm alive.
Oh.
He goes, hi, alive. I'm Chris.
This looks like the scene from the desert scene from Spaceballs. Like, date.
Yeah.
Date.
What?
Oh, that didn't age well.
Oh, geez.
Oh, God. That's a bad effect.
I was going to say that helmet looks like the helmets from Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah, it's a samurai helmet. Yeah, with the Predator mask attached to it.
So then they've been collecting people since way back in the olden days, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that referenced in Predator 2?
Well, I mean, in the Predator comics, there's like a Predator back in the 90s and 2000s. There's a comic of World War One. Yeah, the reference you're talking about in Predator 2, that's another Predator comic, and that was a pirate that he got it from.
Yeah, that pistol.
That's a good comic.
I would like to rewatch the Predator 1 and 2. I know you have your live streams on there. I might have to pull those up and watch them.
The first one's kind of boring. Thanks to Small Time, though, it's kind of interesting. That was really hard. I learned the hard way that doing a commentary by yourself is not fun.
Oh, yeah.
It wrecked my voice afterward, too.
You know, fun fact, I hated director commentaries or something like that growing up. I never watched them.
I love them. I learned so much from them.
The very first one that I saw on Jeremy, Please Don't Hate Me, was for Space Jam because Daffy and Bugs Bunny were doing the commentary.
Yuck. Space Jam's such garbage. You know that I hate Space Jam?
I did. That's why I said please don't.
Did I tell you that I hate Space Jam?
You did.
When? When did I do this?
I don't know. I just knew that you didn't like it.
Yeah, I had hated it since I saw it as a child. I thought it was. When I went into it, I'm like, two things I like: basketball, specifically with Michael Jordan, because my dad always talks about Michael Jordan, and the Looney Tunes. I love watching the Looney Tunes. Doesn't mix. That's why I learned that you can't just throw things into a pot and expect it to work. But I get honestly, it's one of those movies where if I say I hate it, people get super mad about it.
I don't get mad if people don't like a film that I like. I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry you didn't like it.
The Train.
Back in Action. Space Jam.
I've never seen Back in Action. That was like Brendan Fraser with the Looney Tunes, right?
I think so.
He's just like eyeing him up.
So terrible.
I swear this is like Jurassic Park 3. Like now
it's worse written though.
It's like because they found the guy that's been lost and he's salvaged up in a land full of things trying to kill him.
Yeah, only in Jurassic Park 3 it was ridiculous that a child could do that. And he was collecting dinosaur piss to throw at things.
I still don't know the purpose of the T-Rex.
It was to scare things away.
Matt Sean, yep, needs T-Rex pee. I like how in this Predator watch-along we've referenced like several different movie franchises.
Well, because this movie, for the most part, is really boring.
Yeah, it really is.
It has its moments. I don't know. I like the Lawrence Fishburne stuff because he's trying to do some sort of character.
Yeah. He's kind of like what? Kong Skull Island, wasn't it? One of the guys was there for a long time. The pilot.
God, yeah.
The pilot.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
yeah.
Pilot.
So they mentioned that there's two different types of predators, and that they have some sort of blood feud. So I don't know if you caught that.
So he's kind of crazy. Yes.
Well, yeah, he's been alone for 10 seasons. I'm assuming that's been several years.
Mm-hmm.
I just want someone to talk to.
I'm shocked there isn't volleyball in Wilson. I wish we were watching Castaway.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie. It's really upsetting. It's not a pleasant movie, but it's fascinating.
I've seen like a scene of it,
Oh, probably.
but I know my dad at least, but my family's a big fan of Tom Hanks as an actor. So. He's just go crazy.
Yeah, Mad saying cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rob D, thanks for joining us.
Hey.
What's up, Rob D?
He said he really liked the different predator types in the movie. That's it.
Yeah, that comes from the comics too.
It would have been appropriate for Jeremy to have done a Castaway watch along by himself. I've been doing the Star Wars movies by myself.
It depends on the movie. If I know a lot about it, like probably The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, I could do that by myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing one next week.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Jeremy said he wanted to join, and you're welcome to join too, Matthew, if you want to. It's for Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, you have it? It's a good movie.
It's better than a lot of the live-action Batman movies.
I'll be honest.
It had a theatrical release.
Yeah, for a Batman animated film. But it's got its own novelization too for an animated film.
You just bought that one.
Yeah.
It's funny when he's just asking me questions. Is you or your friend want to tell me?
He's just like, Mad Mashad said Mask of the Phantasm is Cape Kino.
I actually watched it yesterday before I went to work.
It's got a great score too.
Mm-hmm.
That was Charlie Walker, I think, who composed it.
Yeah, that's like her magna opus. In my
I
opinion.
know that she also conducted the Batman Danny Elfman score in the movie, like, because Danny Elfman, he wasn't much of a conductor. I think he was just
not at that point. No.
Oh.
Fucking stupid. Matt looks furious.
Huh?
You look pissed. Like,
Me?
really?
No.
Like that was a bad joke?
Oh, no. It's funny. It reminds me of like Joe Dirt.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. Small time, you're supposed to say, "Oh boy."
Yeah. No. You should have said no.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Yakuza pinky snipping.
Rob D says, I wouldn't remember when Mask of the Phantasm was coming out, but I remember when Sub-Zero was coming out on VHS.
Yeah, Sub-Zero was supposed to get a theatrical release, but Batman and Robin bombed. So they made it, it went straight to video. Sub-Zero is also really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the Mr. Freeze hype that came from that movie, like with a new Six Flags ride and everything.
Well, Mr. Freeze is my favorite Batman villain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was the first one I ever saw in an episode of Batman the Animated Series, and Batman and Robin was the first Batman movie I saw. And then my parents realized what I was watching, and they turned it off because they said it was garbage. They were correct, by the way.
He's definitely one of the most sympathetic villains out there.
Yeah.
You said we were chosen. Wait, what? What?
So the movie's named for them, huh? Do we find out why it's tied up?
Blood feud.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was trying to explain that, but you were too busy being bored.
No, but, yeah, I'm just trying to follow along with some of this stuff. I mean, what are they in anyway?
They're in a ship.
Just a busted up ship?
Yeah, piece of shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we? Wait, what?
Trying to suffocate them with smoke.
Did someone's AC just come on?
Huh?
I was like, did someone's AC just come on?
Maybe.
What? Why is he
I thought
vomiting?
Oh. Yeah, living with you. You're in my house.
The most Samuel L. Jackson line I've ever heard. Not
Yeah,
said by
exactly.
Samuel
I
L.
was just
Jackson.
about to say that.
I was about to say
Oh,
Oh,
God.
that was bad.
it went from Scarface to Samuel L. Jackson. It's like, say goodbye to your little friend.
Well,
Oh,
that's
those,
convenient that they were close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say those effects were horrible though.
Oh, yeah. It's disgusting.
You call him a hanky?
A hanky ever.
Hmm.
Oh, hold on.
I'm glad that they're suddenly not dying of smoke inhalation.
Yeah. It's like that's they were just about to. The one guy vomiting.
Oh, finally found it, huh, big dog? Oh, jeez.
What?
What?
Okay. No no trophy for that one.
No, well, it was explained in the first Alien versus Predator that there's different types of shoulder cannons. And some of them just fully eviscerate, like some of them are bigger than others.
Man, Mashad says, perfect moment for the Leo DiCaprio meme. I think in the trailer for this movie, they had like 100 red dot triangles targeting Adrian.
Yes, they did. They added extras.
Oh.
We'll get to that scene and I'll point it out. It's coming up real soon.
They wanted to push the predators.
Yeah. Which I'm glad they didn't have 1,000 predators, because adult me would think that was the stupidest thing he'd ever seen. Dumber than the Predator.
Yeah.
Epshot Quality's not with us tonight.
Yeah, no.
He may show up later. Maybe he's sleeping in. It is the weekend. Oh, that was a weird perspective thing. That didn't quite work out in editing. Although I do appreciate the color.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's looked good.
Yeah.
That's something that looks good on the Blu-ray. Besides, I can tell everyone's super sweaty. Not Blu-ray, the 4K restoration.
Someone named Jules Shade Leonard says, "Hey, Jeremy."
Oh, hey, Jewel. Message me if you want to jump in.
I agree with Small Time. Now we need one just called The Predators.
Okay, I really. You
Oh
still
God,
say
I hate. Oh, stop it! Stop shining the flashlight in the camera. Fucking hell! I'm sorry. That's like a pet peeve of mine.
Do you still say the Russian dies first or dies next? Oh wait, dies next, Matthew.
Yeah, he's still my pick. But now that it shows that he has a family, it's like, do we kill the guy that's got the kids or
Oh, this
what?
is.
He's still the Russian, so.
See, this is something with the 4K that I like is you can just tell how sweaty these people are. Like I appreciate that because this is shot in 4K. 4K was a thing in 2010. It just wasn't for consumers.
They're
And you
kind
would scale it down, or this could be if shot in 2K and scaled down to 1080 because that's typically you shoot higher than you actually output. It's only a YouTube thing to shoot in the aspect ratio that you encode in.
Oh, I think I see what's about to happen. Everybody else. I was gonna say with the flares earlier, I kind of thought that they were going with that whole 47 meters down thing. Like,
Did I tell you I watched the second one of those? I've never seen the first one. Oh,
40
here we go.
well, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
you know what I'm talking about, though,
Yeah.
where they light the flare under the water and there's sharks everywhere.
Yeah, the trailer shot.
Yeah,
Well, it's what we got going right now.
I was watching the second 40 meters down, and it was one of the funniest things I had ever seen.
I haven't
Literally, Sylvester Stallone's daughter's in it, and she gets ripped in half by a shark, and it turns into like a terrible, like Deep Blue Sea status bad like effect. And I was like screaming with laughter.
I'll have to watch that now. I'm gonna say, Matthew, you may be right, because I'm. Oh.
Yeah, okay. There it is. Unless he can somehow get away.
Oh man, really? Oh, dude.
Duh.
Ah, dang it. You win.
He said you're one ugly motherfucker.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, CGI fire. One of the worst things you can ever do. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Is the fire gonna? Yeah, here we go.
well,
That's fucking awful. Okay, then it becomes regular
Then it's
fire.
real fire. Yeah.
Well, Matthew, I owe you lunch.
Do you remember when water and hair was the most complicated thing for CGI to?
It's neither looks good, by the way. Just
I
try
think
to do things practically, people.
Yeah,
Not
I agree.
people.
I agree. But I think that water, they've done a lot of good work to make that seem more real.
Uh-oh. Oh, really? So close.
See, this was the shot, and they put 1,000 like lasers on them. That was in the trailer.
Wait, hold on. What?
This is so fucking stupid.
Oh,
Oh, that was brutal.
hey, careful what you ask for, dude.
This is so bad.
I like how both of the characters that we picked died next.
Right after each other.
Yeah, right.
That's why I didn't say anything.
You're just like,
It's kind of funny that they rip the spine and the skull comes with it, and it like all the flesh is gone.
yeah, that's what I noticed too. I'm just like, what happened to this face?
His face would be there.
Yeah, I mean, we're also talking about an alien that abducted a bunch of people and threw them on a different planet. Ugh.
Well, I was gonna say that like that's like the most cleanest way of like getting a fish I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah. There was some like Nintendo 64 graphics right there.
yeah, I was about to, yeah.
I would say PlayStation 2.
What was the game? Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Rob D says this was one of the first movies he rented on Netflix back when you rented the DVDs by mail.
I never did that by mail. I didn't get Netflix until it was like all digital.
I thought it was horrendous to do that by mail or like GameFly. I was like, they're going to come scratch, and like half the time they do.
I remember one of my roommates in college, he had the Netflix DVD rental.
Mine did too. I don't know. There's just something like, hey, something about going to a video store, you know?
Oh, and then we have this scene like we do in every Predator movie.
Some dude has to get in touch with his like
set warrior side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna like die in 2 seconds.
That was kind of a cool transition of how he came back in, but it's not very consistent, is it?
No. I mean, sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. I like the framing of this, even though it's ridiculous.
This was in the trailer, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I just like that they show it for once. It was like Robert Rodriguez and the director were really big fans of when Billy faces off with the Predator, but they didn't like that it cut away to a scream.
I was gonna say this is kind of reminding me of the
that was CGI blood.
It's totally fake.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look at that.
That was the era. Do you remember the Wolverine, the second Wolverine movie? Have you seen the unrated version where they just add in a ton of CGI blood? It's
no,
hilarious. Because that was my problem with the second Wolverine movie, is it's horribly violent, but there's no blood. It's my same problem I've had with the Taken movies. They're horribly violent, but they just take out the blood and they get a PG-13. It's like, okay.
I want to see the underrated one, but I was gonna say, speaking of Wolverine, like I think I remember them kind of referencing us, like
is it gonna fall off too?
So,
no. Oh.
Well, I was gonna say the Bat in the Sun, Wolverine versus Predator film. I saw it kind of. started similar from what I remember. It's like Wolverine draw his claws, and then the Predator went shink with his blade too.
So he died too then.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of sucks.
I mean, it makes sense.
Man,
I thought it would have been cool if they would have zapped him back to Earth. Like, oh, he wins. Okay, he beat one of us. Send him back.
That's a predator bear trap right there.
ow. I guess. Mad Mashad said, since I mentioned Mortal Kombat, have we played Predator on MKX?
I have not played Mortal Kombat 10.
Nope.
I haven't played one past 9.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you did that one of my pet peeves, but it's okay because I didn't think you knew that was supposed to be 10.
I actually haven't played Mortal Kombat games, so.
Any of them?
I played on the 64.
I played them on Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis,
What was the
PlayStation
one-
2.
What was the
Were
one
they
on 64? Was it just Mortal Kombat 64?
No, I think it was. There were a couple. There was Mortal Kombat 4. There was Mortal Kombat Origins Sub-Zero, which is garbage, and they did a re-release of the Mortal Kombat trilogy on there, I do believe.
Was there ever an arcade version of it?
Yes, it was an arcade first.
I may have played the arcade. I think. Topher Grace has kids. Or what's his name? Eddie?
I don't know.
Edwin?
That's a terrible name. I bet you that's what it is.
It's E something. I thought it was Edwin.
Okay, so you see how they just took that line and recycled it. So then what are you? Alive. Okay.
Edwin.
The sappy ass music. The fuck? Why? Why does that need to be there? Is that supposed to be a funny line?
Yeah. He was smiling when he said it, wasn't he?
I don't know, or if it was a grimace. I can't tell. These people are phoning it in, Matthew.
Yeah.
This is like one of the laziest
know it's a
acted
joke.
movies I've ever seen.
It's like they know that it's just a joke.
Yeah. I mean, Danny Trejo was trying. They killed him immediately. Oh, that looks bad.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
The thing is, I will give the first Alien versus Predator credit. They did the most animatronics with the Predator face that has ever been done. It looked good, like it was a practical effect in a movie where they tried to mix practical with CG and it didn't work. But this is lazy.
Oh, okay. I must have.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. The face doesn't look. It's just mouth's just open.
I don't like the spikes all over its face.
He's like, wee!
This fucking. Its mouth's just always open. They only cared to make the mandibles work.
Yeah.
Does it have a broken jaw?
It's just a mouth breather.
I guess.
That's why he was tied up.
He's like, you need a breath mint.
Get that mouth breather and hang him up over there. We don't want him over here.
Social distancing, yeah.
It's the first predator net not to crush you.
He punches that leaf.
Oh god, the electric guitar kicks in. We got the metal theme.
Uh-oh. Mad Mashad said, next watch along is Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No. I'm not watching that film ever again.
Is that helmet more like the original one?
Yeah. It's more like the first one than Predator 2, but it has some damage.
Rob D. Mr. Trejo, you're actually trying. We can't have that. None of us here actually care. Ruh-roh. He's like looking at him like, let's dance. Wait.
This stupid shot.
Yeah, that's
It held on for a long time too.
They were proud of that. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be proud of that at all. That's like when you make like something. What's some garbage? A sharktopus. That's like saying you're proud of the sharktopus. Like, no, don't go there.
Speaking of which, Shark Attack 3 Megalodons on Tubi.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's the only Shark Attack movie worth watching.
I was going to say, though, the cover, they make the Megalodon look like a demonic devil shark.
Have you ever seen Shark Exorcism?
No.
It's really bad. It's borderline like a fetish film. Like, I felt dirty watching it. But, like, I would say let's watch that, but I think that anyone else that watches it will be on a watch list. Like,
I like how what Mad said is it's a pretty fight. Predator fight.
oh my god. See, this Predator doesn't move like the original actor did. It just doesn't look right. It's like in the later Halloween movies when Michael Myers switches actors so many times and no one moves like the original actor did in the first movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they also like changed the actor for Freddy Krueger. And it's just like...
Oh, yeah, in the remake.
A remake.
Yeah.
His helmet. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Matt. Yeah. Ooh, that's ugly. Just wait.
Whoa.
That one's mouth can move because it's CG.
I was going to say, none of these guys are, pretty good in running for prom king. Holy crap.
Why is
so
it
bad?
Why is its mandibles like so long?
It's a different species of the predator, I guess.
But it just looks stupid though.
Oh yeah, it does. In the sequel comic, there's a predator that's like a mutant, and it has like 6 mandibles.
I mean, his face is like
Oof.
3 feet wide, long. That was horrible.
Just wait. It gets better.
I mean, this is definitely like goes along that.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. I keep saying that. Oh, okay.
God, the running is so bad. It's like if they put it in slow motion, it would look better, but it doesn't.
But it looks like they tried to make him say, "Hey, look like you're running in slow mo, but fast."
Yeah. Oh God, what a movie this is. I forgot how bad this is.
It's like I'm watching one of those like Trimmers 5.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
But this got a theatrical release, Matthew. I want you to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Was he on that spaceship?
I swear, every time you ask a question, I give you this face. It's the same face I give my sister when she asks 1,000 questions. Oh God, that effect is bad.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is, it's a better effect than a lot of the effects in this movie.
Oh, he's a murderer.
I fit in.
I'm normal.
This is almost Garbage Day levels.
But none of it's worth repeating.
No, it's not bad enough to be on a Garbage Day level.
Uh-oh.
There
Oh,
it
wait.
is.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Brock is messed
Oh,
up.
it's him.
I will say his acting in Predators is better than in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, that was a bad one-liner. I lost my ride.
No, that acting was so bad. He's like, "Oh, you came back."
It's better than Spider-Man 3.
It's like that line from Star Wars Episode 3 that always drives me crazy in the elevator. When Kenobi cuts in and drops.
Oh, it's you.
Oh,
And he's like, "Oh, it's you." After they've like pulled up their sabers to attack each other. Oh, it's you.
I don't know. I don't mind. There are worse things. The whole Anakin Padme love talk in Revenge of the Sith is awful.
did you see that face he gave him? He was just like,
Yeah. He's a bad guy, didn't you know?
yeah, I knew. It was just like, that's like Venom, like in Spider-Man 3. I like being bad. It makes me happy.
Dear God, please help me kill Peter Parker. I couldn't believe I had forgotten, and I saw Spider-Man 3, I think, twice in the theater, and I had forgotten how bad the dialogue was in Spider-Man 3 when I
never saw
rewatched it. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, don't
But
wait.
it's better than the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Don't fight with me on this one, Adam.
I'm just.
Of course.
I respect you for your opinion, Jeremy. Hey,
Paul, he finally showed up. He finally woke up.
Yep.
Rob D says, "Yeah, 40 million even for a 2010 film would be considered low budget."
Yeah.
Come here.
Get over here. I mean, that's the only real looking blood in this whole film. The rest of it's CG.
I like that. He's like, "Don't kill me." He's like, "I won't."
God, it's so convoluted.
They're basically just doing the same thing like 3 times.
Over and over.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
But it's like the Predator mask didn't need to do that in the previous films. It was fine. God, maybe it's the color temperature of this film. It just looks fake.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he's walking through the Halloween set, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, it looks better in the dark. And I think part of the problem is that it's in 4K, and you can't hide bad effects in 4K in modern films. The HD is evil. Oh, God.
It's like a 90s music video.
Yeah, but like with none of the analog that would be in a 90s music video. It'd be like if someone in the 2010s tried to make a 90s music video.
He said, "I'm one of you."
Oh God, they threw a dummy.
Yeah.
I know, he's like doing cartwheels, but he's like, "Ah."
That was definitely 100% a dummy.
Yeah, it had the rubber arms that flopped.
He's shirtless for this.
Okay, why is he covered in mud? I get that we as an audience know that covers up the heat vision, but how would he know?
The lady said it when they were in the cave under the waterfall.
Oh,
One of the guys covered himself in mud so he wouldn't be seen.
oh, that's right. Okay, that's what the purpose was of that scene.
So you think this was like in the script, or you think he was like, "Hey, I worked out a lot to be in here, and I got like."
No, they probably made him work out that much.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at my lighting.
Oh, jeez.
This is what happens when I forget to turn on the light. It's just a wild time.
Oh, jeez.
I have you guys behind my.
It's like an Apex Twin video in my
Oh, look.
room.
He's punching it with his fist.
No, he's got a bone.
Okay. I thought he just punched it in the face. Okay, is this like over and over again, or?
I think so. It's just bad editing.
I feel like this guy would have caught on to it by now, or figured out a way to like counter it.
Still wouldn't be able to see. Was his heartbeat?
Yeah. We get to have that tropey, terrible scene of just the heartbeat sound.
Why would you jump in the air?
Because the director told him to.
You duck.
Or at least,
But
like,
ducking
forward.
doesn't look as cool. You can't duck in slow motion, Matthew. What are you talking about? That's not possible.
Could have rolled.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Thinking.
I like how he doesn't pull out his spine, even though it's been established that he can just do that when someone's still alive.
It'd be cool to have a Predator suit, that's for sure.
Not one of these ones. They look
No,
shitty.
not that one.
I'm assuming that the original Predator movie, when the Predator is beating up Arnold Schwarzenegger, it looked this bad, but they knew how to edit it properly and put in like the heat vision and mix it up. That's why this like doesn't look good and that did.
Well, that was one of the coolest fight scenes when, like, weren't they in the like standing in some shallow water when he like?
Yeah, that's the whole framing works too. It's solid.
I need to rewatch that film. I have it on DVD.
Oh, look, a
No, I
convenient.
have the Blu-ray. Yeah, right
Predator.
there.
Decapitation. Oh, never mind.
I don't like this editing at all.
Oh no, this is very the early 2010s.
Dude, just cut off his head. Good lord.
No, it's arm.
Oh. No, I said, dude, you should just cut off his head.
Oh. Cut off a mandible. Oh.
Oh my god.
You know what this reminds me of? Have you all seen the Resident Evil movies?
Yes. One.
The fourth one. It reminds me of the effects in the fourth one, which I think came out around the same time as this.
Hey, look, that's the Highlander effect where his head was just like going slowly back. Yep.
But at least that's an analog effect. I'll give that credit because that took a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrible CGI done in a day.
I would have laughed if Adrian Brody said there can only be one.
There you go.
I have the subtitles on. It's funny. It's funny, like some of the stuff they put in there for, like, I don't know. I'm not saying they're for people that can't hear, like
Yeah, they're for deaf people. That's
It's
what
like
subtitles are typically
quiet.
for.
It's like quiet noises, and you're like,
Mhm.
I just decapitated a predator. My name is Royce.
Are they gonna bone? She can't even walk.
she's stuck to that log.
I don't think that's consensual. I'm just saying, like that's. I don't know what happened. Did they just hang out there?
Yeah. Take a nap.
I probably would have taken a nap too. Honestly, I was just be like, you know what? Good night. I just killed a predator. I'm going to sleep.
I just got the shit kicked out of me, and my face will never look proper again. 'Cause how many bones of his face are broken because he got smacked in the face over and over?
Look what small time says.
Since the Highlander.
I was actually about to say, just like I'm surprised.
Oh,
Matt Wilkinson.
oh! I forgot how this ends.
So these are those crates that they were dropping that we saw earlier.
Hmm? More game to hunt.
Polyautism says, "I hope I will sleep through when you guys watch The Predator, the quest for weaponized autism." Rob D says, "Who do you think does not watch another Predator film more, Disney or the fans?"
I don't know.
This definitely felt like a B
It-
film. Like
It felt like a fan film.
yes,
Nimrod Antle. Yeah, that's what I expect from a film by
Even this-
a guy
this
named
music.
Nimrod.
this music doesn't even make sense for this film.
No, it was the one song they licensed for the first movie. It's just a reference. Matthew,
Oh.
this is the beginning of the reference decade, which is the 2010s. I'm so glad we're out of the 2010s. It was a terrible time for film.
Quality was like, how about a Spider-Man 3 watch along?
No.
John Debney did the music.
Yeah, this is a rare soundtrack to get. It was a limited run on CD. I don't know if I'd want it though, to be completely honest. It's not that great. The Al Silverstein scores are so much better.
Small time. This music sounds like it should be in Roadhouse.
That's something we should do a watch along for is Roadhouse. That movie's awesome. I live my life to be like in Roadhouse.
Just don't be like Family Guy trying to be Roadhouse.
I don't try to be Family Guy doing anything.
Well, guys, this is a Troublemaker production.
Yeah, that's Robert Rodriguez's company.
Okay. So Dune Entertainment.
Same company that made the Spy Kids movies and the Machete movies and the Mariachi trilogy. Visual effects supervisor Robert Rodriguez. Yeah, I bet.
Hey, I'm going to step away for just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Can...
Oh man, who's all here? People, sound. I need a sound off of who's all here because I'm very curious who survived through this film besides Small Time and Mad Bashad.
Rob D's here and Quality Autism's here also.
Because we have a fifth, and I'm trying to figure out who this fifth is.
The Revenge of the Fifth?
No. All right, I'm turning this off because I'm sick of it. These credits already.
Yeah, I'm turning mine off too.
Well, what did you think of the film? You know what? I'll give it this. It's better than the AVP films, either of them, and it's better than Alien Resurrection.
I will take your word on that. I'm still working my way through those films, so
Oh yeah.
Um,
Maybe we should do a watch along of the Alien movies. Here, hold on. I'm going to step and move, turn on the light in my room because it looks like the rapture's coming. Jesus is coming with the rapture to take me away. That was a crude joke.
I will acknowledge all of the watch-alongs that are supposed to be happening. We have a Spy Kids watch-along. All right.
Oh, that's dim. That's dim as fuck.
Oh yeah. I got to figure out how to get rid of this glare because Spider-Man's head
Spy
right there.
Kids 3D is the only film I can think of where Sylvester Stallone was the villain.
That was actually what Quality Autism recommended.
Yeah. I don't want to ever watch another Spy Kids movie.
Haven't
I
seen
didn't
any
find
of
them that good back in the day.
I haven't seen them either.
Well, they were big when I was in elementary school. I was like right at that age where it's like, yeah, you should like this. And it's like, no.
Catwoman watch-along.
No.
I haven't even seen that film.
I dated someone who said that was a good movie.
Oh,
That's
hey,
a dumpable offense in my book.
yeah, you should also. Small Time asked about the new apartment, so yeah.
What about what you want to know? It's a
He was asking, like, you got a new apartment, Jeremy?
yeah, I moved in today. I think I technically still live at the other place for a few more weeks. That was nasty. It was one of those. It was probably the nastiest move I've ever had to. If we're not counting the fire, this was the nastiest move I've ever had to do. I think at some point I'll talk about it after I marinate on it for a bit because I'm very heated about it right now, and I put up with a lot of things that I should not have put up with for about a year. And these two, no, because I couldn't take it anymore like a few months ago. Right when Adam and I first started talking was like when things really started to fall apart over there.
Yeah, I remember all of the nonsense taking place. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was still happening today, and it's probably still happening right now. I've distanced myself. I came here. I mean, granted, it's pretty hot in here, but like we have ceiling fans in the bedrooms, which is like one of my big things. I haven't had a ceiling fan in almost 2 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is a rarity in Chico, I guess. But yeah, out of the this is the third apartment I've lived in. I lived in a house technically this last time, but like, what? Why are you pointing? That's rude. I'm in the middle of explaining ceiling fans right now.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to direct me to like more?
I was reading the comments, and someone said something that's just
yeah. We're not watching any Transformers movies unless it's the '86 cartoon.
There's my ceiling fan, right?
Yeah.
Mine's turned off right now. There's just Quality Autos is Watchalong, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Star.
I want to do all the Indiana Jones movies.
They're on Netflix.
They are. I know. I did a double feature of Raiders and Temple of Doom the other day.
Hey, do you mind if I ask Quality a question real quick?
No.
Not on this stream.
Okay.
I said no, I don't mind.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, like, well, if you said, "Do you mind?" and I said yes, then that would be wrong.
Well, I was just gonna show him this book that I found. So the White Witch. I didn't know if he had it. So yeah,
he probably has all of them in German.
Yeah,
with those beautiful covers. I mean, I think that Germany and the U.S. lucked out on really good Indiana Jones novel covers, with the exception of the movie novelizations.
Quality has a new Matthew Loves Crystal Star video. Oh, crap. Oh, no.
And he does have that book. Okay.
Oh man, I didn't see. Mad said something up here. I always wanted those McDonald's microwave discs from the first Spy Kids movies.
Oh God, I forgot those were a thing.
I don't know that. I was
Rob
already an
D
adult.
just dropped a bombshell. Has not finished Last Crusade. What are you
Oh.
doing? That's a great film.
Mm-hmm.
That might be what we work through next on Stupid Chainsaw Cinema, as
Mm.
I've started to lovingly think
Suicide
of these.
Squad watch along. No.
No. I dated another person who loved Suicide Squad, especially the director's cut, which has flashbacks within flashbacks.
I saw the novelization for that at the bookstore, and I was just like, a pass.
Yeah, I saw it on eBay going for like $2.
Which
That
one?
was Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I saw that today too.
Up, we're like, a
How-
pass.
I was, by the way, I was at the one by you.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Do either of you have a Barnes and Noble near you?
Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 actually.
Okay. Have you been into Barnes and Noble recently?
Yes.
No.
Like the last month.
Yes. Have you seen the weird cubby things they've done with the bookshelves? Or is that a California thing?
Little cubbies.
Yes, they put 3 shelves together and make U's. And you walk into them.
Ew, no, they haven't done that here.
It's like a maze. It was a nightmare to navigate through.
Why would they do that? Are they trying to limit like only one customer per aisle?
Pretty much.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I guess it's a California thing. It was a nightmare to navigate.
The bookstore that I found this book at was like most of the bookstores were held up by like cinder block and wood panels, and I was just like, I felt nervous walking through most of them because like I was there. I had my daughter, and I was like in the stroller, and I'm just like I'm gonna not.
That would be illegal in California because we're so close to the San Andreas fault line.
Mm.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah, you can't have houses made completely out of brick anymore since the earthquake. I think it was almost 100 years ago now in San Francisco. The San Francisco quake, the infamous one,
Oh, yeah.
where it just buried the city and then the city caught on fire. Yeah, that was gnarly. That changed the way that any sort of why am I being jinxed? Oh,
Barnes and Noble,
Mashad
like,
said the same thing.
Yeah.
Mad Mashad. My bad. I've been calling you Matt.
I've been saying MAD. It's for short. Just like when ABC UN 123 or whatever shows up on my stream, it was called ABC. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
that Second Chance Books. Do they buy books there? Because I forgot to ask them that when I was there like a year ago.
I don't know. I didn't ask them. I was wondering that too myself, but I was just like, I was tired. I was ready to get out of there. So it was hot. But also my daughter was taking a nap, and I just tried to keep conversations to a limit so that way I wouldn't wake her up.
So I remember that store, the comic aisle was really narrow.
There wasn't much in terms of comics, but they had like all the stuff that I showed you guys. Like they had the Ghostbusters figures, and they had like posters and toy Funkos and everything. But as for graphic novels and such, not very many graphic novels, but they had a ton of like actual like comics.
I will say, Rob, they have since Rise of Skywalker. Well, they started doing it with Last Jedi, but they really did it with Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars books are only on 3 shelves at our Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like Rob D says, like they rearranged where they put it. Yeah, they put all the Star Wars books with the comics now. Like,
Oh, that was that way in Chico Barnes and
Really?
Noble anyway.
why
Yeah.
on earth did they move the Star Wars? But I remember, like the last time I was there, I was like in the sci-fi fantasy aisle, and I'm like, where did the Star Wars section go? And then
No, they in my Barnes and Noble, all of that is like on one side of the bookshelf, and you walk around the other side, it's comics. They moved manga over, and I was like, why? Why isn't manga with the comics? And they expanded the manga, and it's like, do do the weeboos really need that much room?
It's like with the half price.
They had them in the corner for a reason. No one want to look at the anime weeboobs.
Yeah.
Weeboobs? Weeboos.
I was gonna say it's just like with the half price book stuff too. It's like there used to be a strict movie novelization section or movie tie-in TV show out, but then now it's like oh, it's just kind of mixed in with everything. So just
It's like
good luck.
when I went today, I went to the half price today, and I was looking around for novelizations. And you have to look everywhere now, and they had the same book, like they had duplicates of books. One of them would be in the sci-fi fantasy area, and the other copy of it would be in mystery thriller. So they don't have any idea where to put these books.
The one up in the city that I went to, like for movie tie-ins, like that's the only one that actually does have a section on movie tie-ins. Like they had no Indiana Jones movies. Like they had like The Last Crusade, but it was in a different section, and that was it. I was like, oh.
And what? I'm sorry. I had a message sent to me and I had to respond.
I know. I found the novelization for The Last Crusade, but it was like not in the movie novelization section.
So every bookstore I've been to doesn't have a movie novelization section.
This drives me crazy too. Like, you'd think that they would have those. Even in Barnes and Noble, I asked the guy, I was like, "Do you guys have a place for like novelizations of film, like show tie-ins, all that stuff?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just mixed in wherever." I'm like, okay, that doesn't.
If you're lucky, they like with Star Wars, for instance, or Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
They will have them with the other Star Wars or Star Trek books.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, especially in used bookstores, I've noticed this, they do it by author. So, and a lot of times when we're doing paper movies, I don't know who the author is until we're done. And then I write it down.
Yeah.
Or I have the copy with me and I can read. Like, I had no idea for all of Dragon Slayer that it was written by Waylon Drew.
Yeah.
I never read anything by Waylon Drew. How would I know that name?
Yeah.
That should be the mission of our podcast, to give paper movies their own section in the stores again.
That would be great if, like, at some like local bookstores, they started doing the paper movies section. Like,
paper, the
like
book of the month
repertoire.
Yeah, book of the month from the Paper Movies collection.
I was gonna say we need to copyright our logo or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I know.
I know a group of guys that used to have a podcast called Paper Keg. And there was this comic book shop called The Comic Book Shop, and it was in Delaware. And they became really good friends with the owners. And they had like their own Paper Keg spinner rack of recommended comics.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they're really cool guys, by the way. That's actually through them I've met like all sorts of interesting people. Like I met Charles Forsman, who created The End of the Fucking World, which became a Netflix series. And he also did I'm Not Okay with This, which I've not read of his material.
I was gonna say, speaking of Jinx, Quality Autism says, "Die another day, Watchalong, Jeremy."
No. No. There's a reason I have not marathoned the James Bond movies again. There's so much schlock in the middle and throughout that I don't want to do that to myself.
Have you guys actually heard that they made a James Bond spinoff cartoon called James Bond Jr.?
Yes, it's terrible.
Yes, I was just like, when I first heard that they did, I'm like, why?
It's not like, oh god, I just crap. Ooh.
I thought
I just pulled a muscle right in my calf.
Oh, I just crapped.
I thought you just crapped.
Oh, it's so fucking painful. Oh, that's dick shit. Fuck. I'm legit, like, I don't think I can walk right now. I do that every once in a while. I told you about that time. It was a few months ago. I got tangled in my sheets and I ended up hanging upside down out of bed. And I pulled. That's the leg I pulled. So I pulled my hold on. Fucking hell. Oh. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Sometimes when I move wrong, my hamstrings pull. That's what happens. It usually happens in bed if I've had a nightmare, and fucking hell. And I will get tangled and I will pull a hamstring.
That sucks. We need to ban Mad Mashad now.
Why?
He wants me to watch the 2016 Ghostbusters.
I've said that I will read Queen's Shadow if he watches the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Oh no, Quality Autism agrees.
Oh gosh, you guys are making me nauseous.
Quality's agreed before. Sorry, I'm. Oh.
You dying?
Jesus Christ. And I don't even know where my ibuprofen is. So I'm just going to have to deal with it.
That helps with cramps?
It helps with muscles.
I do have to also say, though, Jeremy, that is a really cool-looking bookshelf.
Yeah, there is a manufacturing defect with it. One of the bolts on the back, either my roommate's home or the people in the upstairs stomped really hard. Terrifying. Oh.
They just need to make a watch along of the 2016 Ghostbusters and have you as the guest of honor, and you just not show up.
Yeah. I'll be live. I'll just have the empty room behind me.
No, your wife watches it with us.
Oh, she wouldn't watch that.
No, she has class. That's why it's so strange she's married to you.
Ouch.
Why she's allowed your oldest son to have a mullet? So your oldest, he lost a tooth, right? That's your oldest, not your middle kid,
right? Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I mixed your two sons together into one child, which was a really strange image. If you let his hair grow out more, he's going to be the feral child from Road Warrior.
Oh, God.
I thought it was funny, though, that that night that you and your wife were watching Chopping Mall, like she got on Marco Polo, like while Matt was messaging us, he's like, "You guys are a bunch of perverts," you know.
What was I saying?
I have no idea. It was like,
was it even that bad?
I think you were Marco Poloing them shirtless.
Oh yeah, it was really hot. That was one of the nights my roommates weren't home, so it wasn't like the North Pole in the house. I swear they always have it set at 62 degrees in the house.
62?
Yeah, that's why the PG&E bill is up so high.
Wow, we have it always like 68 or 69.
It's like
mine's at 72.
Mine's off.
It's hot.
But it's set at mine's completely off, but it was set at 81. Which is a little high for my taste, but
yeah. Well, I mean, like during the day it's like 71, 72, but at night we always crank it down.
Yeah, I mean, like when I lived not last place I lived, the place before, I would sleep with it at 68 degrees.
This portion of this watch along where we talk about, our AC preferences.
It's all right. People are screaming in the apartment complex, and I don't know if it's murder or not.
You get next to some trash.
What's up?
You just move next door to some trash.
This is a college apartment. This is how it is.
Oh, great.
I chose this on purpose so I could be around people my age again. Because let's face it, I hang out with you, and then Matt Wilkins is even older.
Yeah.
Quality's the only person my age that I've talked to recently that wasn't a scumbag or my sister or someone I talked to on Tinder. Or someone I went to a store and they rang me up for something.
Yeah.
How old are you again, Jeremy?
25.
Oh.
10 years. Wow.
6 years. Wow.
I'll never forget when Matthew and I discovered our age gap. When he sent me, I was like really depressed, and he sent me a picture of him in 8th grade and said the year, and then I sent him an equivalent picture from that same year, and I was in kindergarten.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
No, it's funny. It's fine. Like the guy at my work, he's a really cool guy, Jeff. Adam, you met him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's 10 years older than me. So it's just that, I don't know. I think whenever I was your age, Jeremy, it's like I had one of my roommates. He was he was probably like 5 years older than me, but like a guy down the hall with 10. And it's like, just, I don't know, more in common, I guess, than with people my age. Usually that's how it goes. Like people a little bit younger or like a lot older, I tend to relate to more.
Well, I mean, like, I intentionally go out of my way not to talk to people I graduated from high school with.
Yeah.
Because I kind of just, I don't know. Both probably do the same thing where you just kind of avoid those people.
Yeah.
I think that's like a common thing.
Yeah. That's what's great. Like with my YouTube channel, like I never, like people from high school or that I grew up with have no idea that I have a YouTube channel.
See, I don't have that luxury because I started doing YouTube in high school. But they don't realize that I do YouTube on this channel. And they think, oh, does he still do JMA videos? And it's like, no.
I saw someone from high school recently, and
Yeah, that was an experience, right?
he told me he told me I gained weight. I was just in there hanging out, and I was just getting out of the house. I had my daughter with me, and he was just saying how he wants to go back to the gym, and I'm like, yeah, man, I need to start working out too. It's been a while. He's just like, yeah, you definitely gained the baby weight. I'm just like, okay. I'm like,
people are weird.
Did I tell you that I ran into my ex the other day? Like, my last girlfriend came into my work and I had to ring her up when she was with her boyfriend.
Ooh.
And it was this whole thing. And so I've only met this guy. This is the second time I met this guy. I should tell you about the first. This is kind of a backpedaler's thing, but it was so awful. So I was really sick and I was like stressed out sick. And this was with my parents. It was like last winter, I think. And she comes up and she's like, I'm sick too, and gave me a hug. And then her parents walked up and are like talking to me. And they've never met my parents. My dad doesn't know what's going on because he wasn't paying attention, but my mom is like horrified. Like sheerly, like she's so embarrassed for me that she is speechless, which is a very rare thing. My mom almost always has something to say to someone. Whether it's good or not is a whole nother thing, but she usually has something to say. But she was dumbfounded, and her boyfriend walked up, and she's like, "Oh, this is so-and-so." It's like, oh my god, could this not get any worse?
oh my gosh.
Oh, I know why I was sick about it. I was having to deal with the baby thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you were one of the people who got me through that, Matthew. That was horrendous.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Rob D says he met a girl in college that he thought was 19, but it turned out was 27.
That's not bad. I don't know. You're also talking to someone who accidentally slept with a married woman who he thought was the same age as him, but turned out to be in her 30s.
Wow.
I've done that more than once, though, to be fair. I don't know. It's the beard. The people think... So I just don't ask age unless someone says something weird. And then legit, I went on a date with someone, and it was like on September 11th. And I was like, oh, are you sure you don't want to... Do you want to go out? And she's like, sure. And it's like... And I was like, oh, yeah, do you... I don't know. Like 9/11, of course, came up. And it's like, I remember seeing that. And she's like, I don't. And I'm like, how old were you? She's like, 3 months old. And I was like, oh, I was 6.
I was in high school watching it happen on TV in the classroom.
I was
watching it in the morning because California. It was before school, and that was when I was in Christian school, and we just prayed all day. It's one of a couple times where the whole school shut down that I
Yeah.
was in. Yeah, there's only like 3 times that's happened. Twice when I was in like the mandatory school, for lack of a better term, because in high school, 3 of our classmates got in a horrible car wreck, and 2 of them died. One of them was like a really good friend of mine, like from 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole school basically shut down for that, but we were at school. The last time was when Donald Trump got elected, and just basically no one was required to do anything in college.
So everybody.
No, you guys don't understand.
I forgot you're from California.
What transpired. So I had mass media and society, which is one of my required classes, and it doubled as a GE at when I was at BU. And our teacher, who's a really cool guy, he's actually a subscriber of the channel. And he's been a subscriber for a long time, and he's a really cool guy. He's like, okay, I didn't expect that to happen. Do you all want to have an open discussion and vent? Because people were crying. Legit, that was what was going on. And I was like dumbfounded at what was going on. And my buddy Shane, Cody Shane, who's been featured on the channel a long time ago, was there. And he's like, he and I were like the observers. We were like the flies on the wall of this like melting pot of angst and misery, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the girls in the class, she had to have been like barely 18, was like, they're going to deport the Mexican babies. That's how she put it. And then Shane started laughing, and I realized we were going to get crucified for that. So I had to escort him out of the classroom. I'm like, we'll be back. And I'm like, he's just overwhelmed.
Oh gosh.
It was a whole thing. It was a weird. That was honestly, I'm so irritated that I'm still in college and I have to go through another presidential election.
That's gotta suck so
Well, because I know I shared with you, Matthew. I don't think we were friends yet, Adam. When literally at the college I go to now, 2 of the people became a meme throughout the country. The "you're in my space" lady, and she screamed and slapped that guy because he had the sign that said "All Lives Matter." You remember that?
Yeah.
I know her. I've known her for years. Like, this is the 3rd person I've met who's been turned into a meme that I've met in my personal life. Like, I've had physical contact with. Because one of my former supervisors was part of the pepper spray cop meme. They're one of the ones being maced in that. And Michael Petruccia, who's on the Backpedalers podcast, was the Pichu train. They just put his face on Thomas the Tank Engine.
That's funny.
You see Quality's comment, Jeremy?
Which one?
There in the bottom.
From a Predator's watch along to a 9/11 talk. Welcome to Jerry the Third. This is just what happens when you watch such a boring movie. You have to.
That was such a dull movie.
It is. It's really. But the thing is, if you're marathoning the I call it the AVP marathon,
right?
And you just watch them in release order. You start out strong. You got Alien, Aliens, Predator, and Predator 2. Like, that's solid. That's a solid, like, 2 days of watching. Then you have Alien 3. Not so solid.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Alien Resurrection. Pretty shitty. Then you have both AVP films, and those are god-awful. Then you have this, and this is a step up from after watching Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Because they couldn't even call it AVP 2. Then you go back, you sink even lower than the AVP films with Prometheus. Then Covenant, Alien Covenant, which is a step up from Prometheus, but I put it on the same level as Requiem. And I'm not talking the awesome movie Requiem for a Dream, which is a don't ever do drugs. It's a scary thing, kids.
And like, let's add that music from that film to every trailer in the 2000s.
Can I just say that I regularly listen to Requiem for a Dream score?
Really?
I used
I
to put
used
it on at work, and people would leave the store. It was too much for them because that's like it's so intense.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's like that one, like the normal version, and then there was like an intensified version.
Well, yeah, because everything builds in Requiem for a Dream. That's the point of it.
But it's like, do you remember when they put that to like every trailer?
Oh, in the early 2000s?
Yeah, in the 2000s, it's
Yeah.
like, oh look, it's that song again. It's that song again. Same song again.
The overture, yeah.
Yeah, even what was it? One of the songs from, I think, Lord of the Rings was in a Batman trailer, maybe.
Really?
I know that Disney has borrowed the theme from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, from some of their trailers.
Really?
Well, yeah, they have to pay money for that too.
I knew there was something that I heard. Yes, it was a long time ago, but there was something that I'm pretty sure it was a Lord of the Rings song in a different movie, and I remember like in the theater as the trailer's playing, hearing the music, I'm like, "This is from the Lord of the Rings," and people are like, "What? It is?" It's like, "Yes."
Quality, to answer your question, I hope there's never a film that Ridley Scott ever directs again. That dude is insane. He is worse than George Lucas. He hasn't made a good movie since Black Hawk Down. He has put out 2 decades worth of garbage.
Yeah.
And it gets stranger as the older he gets. Like, what was he thinking with a Moses movie?
Wait, Nickelback was in a Batman Begins commercial?
That's not surprising.
Ugh.
That's right in the heyday of Nickelback.
I want to say something. Quality said, I remember when Trump got elected, I was at work. Most of the people were like, meh, and then continued to work. I don't ever really get political on my. I guess I do kind of get political on my channel sometimes. And
You
like
get more than I do.
micro, but I mean, like people want to freak out and be like, "Oh, I can't believe it." It's like the dude was a businessman. I've always believed that's what we needed to run the country, a businessman.
Well, you gotta look at history
Mhm.
when you look at any president being elected. You got to look at where the people stood at the time.
Yeah.
And people were not happy. A lot of people were not happy with the way Barack Obama handled the country. Barack Obama was debatably successful with 2 things. The one thing that you can't deny he was successful with is he had Osama bin Laden killed. And that was something he set out to do in 2009, and it happened. The Affordable Care Act, I'm not going to get into that on here because that's the last thing we need. People didn't like when I talked about other YouTubers. They're not going to like me talking politics on here. But like, look back to Bill Clinton, for instance. People were sick of that whole Reagan era of handling things. Of dad knows best. That's the whole Reagan and Bush Senior. The whole 80s is okay. We let the young people handle things. We let Jimmy Carter do stuff, and he fucked everything up, and he caused he gets blamed for the whole oil crisis in the 70s, the whole Argo thing, and that all got ironed out with during Reagan's presidency. Well, people. That whole trickle down economics thing was going south during the Bush administration, Bush Senior's administration. I should say, Daddy Bush, not Baby Bush. And Bill Clinton capitalized on that, and plus Bill Clinton's the greatest like presidential speaker since I don't know FDR. I don't know that dude. That dude is a great speaker. You ever watch Bill Clinton's speeches? And how he handles it, that guy has incredible charisma.
Wasn't he like the first president to ever be featured in a comic? Like, because I know that he was in the Death of Superman comic.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he gives a speech about.
No, Reagan's in Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, I mean that's. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, Frank. You could tell Frank Miller was not a Reagan fan.
I got to shake Clinton's hand, and I got to see Bush speak at a college graduation.
W, right?
Yep. So I've got to see 2 presidents. I think when I got to see Bill Clinton, it was like, my dad was in the military, so we got like, hey, the president's coming. You want to see him? And it was like, I guess.
I didn't get to see Trump when he came after the fire.
You see, what sucked is like I would have loved to have gone into Tulsa a couple weeks ago to see like when he came here, but this whole virus thing, I'm like, I'm not getting out anywhere.
Yeah. Also, that whole Tulsa thing was a dumpster fire anyway.
Yeah. Well, which
funny
is that day that everybody's talking about, this Juneteenth thing. It's like, such a big deal now all of a sudden, when no one ever talked about it. I still don't know what it is. No one ever talked about it in school growing up. No teachers ever taught anything. Even in college, high school, elementary school, no one talked about it. It wasn't celebrated on the news ever. Locally, nationwide, it was never mentioned until this year when all this chaos breaks out. So
can I say something here?
Yeah.
I want there to be a law in America, and I'm very laissez-faire with laws because I believe that humanity is capable of running its own moral code of ethics. They just choose not to because people are stupid. I don't know. This is my whole Ayn Randian way of thinking, which I'm not fully an Ayn Rand supporter before people jump down my throat for saying that. Before the you-know-what people, that certain group that really doesn't like me and some other Star Wars YouTubers attacks me. I am not a full Ayn Rand supporter, but I believe that she had some interesting points with things. But there is a law that I wish they would do. I'm doing the Trump thing. Doing this whole like thing with the hand. That's weird. I want there to be a law that says that political people who are running for office have only 3 months to campaign. Because this last presidential election, the DNC has been campaigning for 2016. Not 2016, for 2020. And it is disgusting.
Yeah, I agree. I think there should be stricter term limits for every single political office there is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I told you the other day that everyone should be fired in Congress and the Senate.
No one should be allowed to have a career, lifelong career in politics. Should not happen.
I would say the exception would be the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I guess. But
I think that's necessary.
You get people like that Pelosi,
Pelosi, was it Barbara Boxer just finally retired, or was it Dianne Feinstein?
I don't know.
I don't know who Kamala Harris replaced in California. You see, it doesn't matter what I vote for. It's going to go to the most left-leaning in California.
I just think that if, depending on how this election goes, more than any other in the history of the United States, it's drastically going to change the way things happen in the future, depending on which way it goes.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. It's very interesting how the whole climate right now and how everyone is angry, which I think is more that
social media really.
It's social media and it's media, and the whole fear of COVID-19 made everyone stir crazy, and then naturally someone gets killed by police, which was waiting to happen.
Yeah, I just watched a video recently about all that stuff, and it's a pretty crazy video.
It's we live in a very gnarly time right now. Not to say a funny word, but it's like.
Well, there's a video that I watched too. My wife has it. Like, it was floating through Facebook. I guess some preacher like had this dream, and he was like, "I'm explaining my dream, like, guys. I might be crazy, whatever." Starts going through this dream. Everything that he had said has happened. Even like, he's like, "Oh, in July, in my dream in July, this thing was going to happen with coins. Money is going to start shifting more towards digital, like credit. You have to use a credit card. You have to use your debit card because there's going to be some trouble with what do you call it? The money, the printing money. God,
Cash.
dang it. No. What do they call a place where coins?
Manufacturing.
No.
Coins.
I know it has a word, but I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
it's just whatever. There's a shortage in coins right now, and it's like
Yes.
saying, like, I went into a 7-Eleven today, and they're like, exact change or credit cards only, and it's like, wow.
Every fast food place is like that in California.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to move away from.
It's annoying. It's really annoying because when let's just say we're getting to conspiracy and doomsday talk right now.
Hey guys, I actually do have to head out. I got to be up early for work in the morning.
All right,
Oh,
Adam, thanks for staying with us long past the movie being over.
Yeah.
No, thanks for having me tonight. I enjoyed it as always. So,
Yeah.
But thanks. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.
Me too.
Later.
This
No, Mad Mashad. You say that Kanye 2020. Would you want to live that?
I think he's
Would
joking.
you want to live with the guy who threw a temper tantrum on the Today Show and got banned from it and trashed a dressing room? I think not.
That's crazy talk.
But
Like,
it's
call
trying
it
to-
the money factory. Yeah, the U.S. Mint. That's what it is.
yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Well, I mean, when did we switch from the gold standard? That was
No.
God. I think it was before my birth.
I think so.
Which, by the way, wouldn't be difficult to go back to the gold standard. It would suck for probably 5 years, I think, is what it'd be as estimated at. Because that's a whole, like, Rand Paul, for instance, is very pro the going back to the gold standard. That's a very right wing thing to have tangible currency.
Yeah. We just go down this big rabbit hole of politics and conspiracies and all that stuff.
But it's just a weird time.
Yeah.
It's
And
also
you can also probably already tell our political affiliation that we lean towards by how non-aggressive we are talking about it.
yeah. No, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I like my money,
Yeah, me too.
but I also think
I
love
work
is for all.
I work hard to earn what I have. Nothing was
Yeah.
ever handed to me, except the guitar, which I got for Christmas from my parents. But yeah, nothing
I
ever.
mean, I can't say the same at this point because a lot of this was given to me after the fire.
Yeah,
But I mean, we were insured.
yeah. But it's also people that just feel like, oh, I need to give.
Yeah.
And
they chose to give. They didn't feel inclined to give.
Yeah.
This is something I don't know. I've been on this whole kick. For those of you who don't know, I know Matthew does. I just finished reading Anthem by Ayn Rand, which is a fascinating book that I think everyone should read. It's a very short read compared to something like Atlas Shrugged or The Fountainhead, which is very long-winded.
Yeah, which I have Atlas Shrugged. I haven't read it yet. I'm just too intimidated to start.
Listen to the audiobook.
Isn't the audiobook like 44 hours?
It's longer than that.
Oops, yeah. Ugh.
It's like a whole. If you were to listen to it continuously, I think it's a week long.
And didn't they come up with a movie?
It's a 3-part movie, and it's terrible.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
So avoid that then at all costs.
Atlas Shrugged should. I mean, I don't believe you know me. I don't think that movies and books mix well at all, unless it's a novella.
Right.
Like something like Stand By Me is a great adaptation of The Body by Stephen King, and Shawshank Redemption is a great adaptation of Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption. It's like, but like, there's so many things you can do with a book and so many other things you can do with a movie, and they don't necessarily mesh well.
Yeah.
And like, that's a whole thing of that I find very. It's a weird. They're different mediums. It's like trying to mash an apple and an orange together. It just doesn't really work unless you throw it in a blender, and then it's 50-50 if you actually like it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm trying to think of like novels that made good movies. I guess the first Harry Potter movie is a good adaptation of the book. It doesn't take too many liberties for the sake of filmmaking.
Yeah.
I guess the second one too. The third one's where it starts to diverge into like, this is my director vision as opposed to this is what J.K. Rowling wrote.
Yeah, and the fourth one, that's the last one that John Williams did, right? Number 3?
No, John Williams only did the first 3. The fourth one, is done by a composer who only did that one. It was also done by a director who only directed that one.
That one.
I don't know. I will say this. I think Goblet of Fire, the movie, is better than Goblet of Fire, the book. Goblet of Fire, the book, is a little too here, there, and everywhere for my taste.
Yeah. Well, I only read the first book, and I can't remember when that was, like junior high or something.
I
But
recommend the audiobooks. They're very well done. Those I keep recommending the audiobook because I think you really get something out of audiobooks that's like
yeah.
Mad Mashad. Yeah, I figured you were jesting, but like, yeah, no one, you don't want that. You don't want someone that unhinged in the office. Look at Stalin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones that are. I mean, there are movie adaptations that are good in their own right. Like Wolfen is a great movie in its own right, but the Wolfen, the novel, is completely different. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
Mm-mm.
Killer Wolves in New York.
That's weird.
But it's so freaky and awesome. It's one of my favorite 80s horror movies, and it's not campy. And it's one
What's it
of
called?
two. Wolfen.
Okay.
Also, the book is called The Wolfen, and it's really it's a really a quick read, but it's a fascinating one. It's a freaky book.
Do you know how to spell it?
Wolfen.
Okay. Yeah.
It's one of two movies that genuinely, even if it's like hot like this, I'd feel cold. The other one being John Carpenter's The Thing. Those are great simulations of feeling cold.
Interesting.
I know that Rob D, the fourth Harry Potter, is widely considered the least faithful to the book, but I think it's a solid film in its own right because the book's like kind of meh. I don't know. The last 4 are all directed by a guy named David Yost, and I think he's one of the worst directors I've ever seen in modern film. He was all into shaky cam. So all the action scenes are shaky cam, like what we saw in Predators,
Right. Yeah.
but to the nth degree. Every running shot is on like a dolly that they didn't stabilize the camera. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like when in Evil Dead the POV is kind of shaky, but you know that it's shaky because they didn't have the technology to stabilize it, but they did their best. In that they had an unlimited budget. They couldn't have made it look good, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Also, those later Harry Potter movies, they get lazy with the special effects. I mean, really lazy.
Yeah. I saw all the movies. Don't really remember them because I saw them like one time. In the last movie, I think the big epic battle.
Oh, it was horseshit.
So dull.
It was awful. It's like every big epic battle after Return of the King. You know how everything suffered for? I called it the return. Actually, Two Towers. Two Towers is better in my opinion than Return of the King in its climax.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything tried to be Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
After Two Towers.
It was kind of lame in the Return of the King because there's like a ghost army just kind of floats through everybody.
Well, that's the book, and they just didn't. They didn't do that well.
Yeah.
Also, Return of the King's just not a great film. The only reason it won an Oscar is they couldn't give all 3 movies the Oscar at once.
And not, yeah.
I mean, Return of the King swept the Oscars.
Yeah, it did. I remember that. That was good.
I appreciate that.
I enjoyed all those movies.
I don't enjoy the Hobbit movies.
No, me neither. Me neither. Ugh.
Have you? I hate. I basically. I don't. I hate. Gosh. I'm trying to think of a movie that's a good example of like chaos but good in like a battle. Troy. I will say this because Troy is a bad film. Troy is a very overrated piece of shit.
Hmm.
But when when all the soldiers come out of the Trojan horse at the end, it is freaky and they start pillaging.
Yeah.
You could have. It's the only time I say that like less is more. It's implied a lot of the things that are going on and like, but it doesn't go into gory detail because it's PG-13. But it works.
Yeah.
So I know earlier I said like that the Wolverine felt like neutered, for lack of a better term, because there should have been blood, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
But that was like the whole thing with the Wolverine was Hugh Jackman's up close, and he's slashing everyone up, and there's no blood. These are human beings. For like, I mean, they're the Hand, but not the Hand because 20th Century Fox didn't have the rights to say the Hand.
Right.
But that's who he's fighting in the comic. That's based off of.
I don't know anything about X-Men. Never was into them.
I mean, I had my little bit where I was like, oh, I need to know everything that has ever been. So, like, I understand that. And I've read the original Wolverine miniseries. It didn't age well. It's Chris Claremont and Frank Miller working together, which you'd think would be wonderful, but it's not. It's basically, I don't know. I'm not a big Chris Claremont fan because his stuff is so wordy.
Yeah.
It's like you're drawing a comic. You don't need to have like half the panel words. It's like there are times when Frank Miller does that too in Sin City where the panels will be set up and it's like different things, and then it's a whole like in a newspaper column of text that's monologue. It's like, did you really need that?
Yeah, well, comics, people know how to. At least they get something out there. It's like me, like I want to get something done. Can't ever finish it.
You will get something done. There will be a spark, and you will just write it all out.
Spark that's gonna light the fire to.
No, I know where you're going, and I realized that as soon as I said that it's gonna go that way.
I'm sorry. No.
You know that I'm pretty sure that line was said for the trailer because it falls flat in the movie itself.
Oh yeah, it does.
But it works so well in that trailer.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing flops. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, it's just been I will say this. I am not disappointed. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed with the Star Wars Marvel Epic collections. But we're getting a lot of things that a lot of stories that I don't think got a good chance under when Lucas had it that are coming back in the Dark Horse stuff, and it's like, okay, I can read this now. This is really cool. Like gosh, I was going through, it was The Rise of the Sith Volume 1, and there's a comic called Jedi the Dark Side, which is about Qui-Gon and his original apprentice Xanatos. It's the only time where we see Xanatos as a Jedi.
Yeah.
Because he's the villain throughout the Jedi Apprentice Jude Watson series.
Oh,
he's the overarching, he's a dark Jedi. And he ends up having his own apprentice named Brooke Chun that becomes Obi-Wan's like nemesis for a while because Obi-Wan needs to have someone to fight his age.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Those kids.
I mean, I appreciated that Obi-Wan had like an actual like villain rival, whereas in Jedi Quest, Anakin's is just Ferris Olin, who's just a shitty Padawan like him. Although I will say in Jedi Quest, it was really satisfying when Anakin kicks his ass at the end. They actually have a duel. It's like because it's like 10 book. It's like 9 or 10 books of build up. I think it's in the 9th book when he and Ferris finally decide to just let go and they just go at each other. And Ferris leaves the Jedi Order, but it's okay because Ferris is the greatest Jedi of all time. And he becomes an Inquisitor, and then he figures out that Vader's Anakin, and then survives. And then it becomes the Obi-Wan for Leia and watches over Leia and Alderaan. And then he shows up in Rebel Force and Vader kills him. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Vader would have killed you in Last of the Jedi because you are a failed Padawan.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't think for 1 second that Vader wouldn't wipe the floor with you. Like it was so ridiculous. That whole thing with Ferris, it's like the most non-believable thing. Well, because the first 2 Last of the Jedi books, not The Last Jedi, but because that's a separate book. That's James Pavin. Last of the Jedi, Obi-Wan's the main character for the first 2 books, and Lucasfilm said, Jude Watson, you can't do that. He has to be on Tatooine because he leaves Tatooine to go, and he talks to Qui-Gon and he goes and finds Ferris. Like, why would he go after finding Ferris of all people?
That's weird. I never knew any of this stuff.
Honestly, at that point, why wouldn't he just go after Ahsoka? I mean, Ahsoka's a better Jedi. Even if we're not counting new canon. Then Ferris? Yeah. I would rather have Ahsoka in there than Ferris.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. I just defended Ahsoka.
That makes me sick.
I just defended ratty Snips. That's what he calls her. I was like, Sky Guy. I'm like, no, that's what she calls him.
Ugh.
Yeah. It just made you puke in your own mouth.
Yeah, I threw up. And on that note, I need to head out of here anyway.
Yeah, we should probably call it a night.
But
It was good to have all of you.
Yeah. I really wanted to do the Predator, but I'm going to be not around next week.
You're not going to be? We can move it back. I don't care.
Let's make it part of the... we have 1 hour of paper movies.
And then we switch over?
Okay.
That's going to be a late night, but I can do that.
Why not?
Okay, yeah, sure. It'll be a double feature of double garbage of the same thing.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Although my thing is quality autism has to be as part of both streams.
Yeah. If you're gonna, Quality will make it. He'll do it.
Yeah, he better do it.
Yeah.
That's true. Qualities because she didn't exist, but they should have never made Last of the Jedi. It's significantly worse than both Jedi Apprentice and Jedi Quest. But anyway, everyone, have a good evening. And we'll see you next time on Stupid Chainsaw Productions Cinema.
Heck yeah.
Later.
Bye, Wiener.